Right now, a verified variant, Dane County sees its first several cases of Omicron, meaning now's the time to get your vaccine or your booster shot.
Meanwhile, that news may only make matters worse in a place that can't afford any more COVID trouble. How a rural hospital is desperate to catch a break.
Also, a light at the end of the tunnel after a very long 24 hours for utility crews working to get everybody's lights back on. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. The Omicron COVID variant is now here in Dane County. At least 3 cases of the strain have been detected in our home county here.
But health officials say don't panic. Public Health Director Janelle Heinrich says the strain is similar to Delta, but there is still much to learn. They say the best defense against Omicron is the vaccine, and they urge eligible residents to get their booster shots to reduce the risk of severe illness and death.
Now, this graph here shows the different types of COVID variants that are present here in Wisconsin.
Do you see all of the light red bars? They are Delta cases, showing that that variant is still the dominant strain.
As of right now, health officials say Delta symptoms are much more severe than what they're seeing with the Omicron variant. 20 months in, the COVID strain on hospitals as well is worse than ever.
A quarter of inpatient surgeries have been canceled or rescheduled at SSM Health's Monroe Hospital since November 22nd. They let our Naomi Coles inside for a rare glimpse into the rural crisis.
Very rarely do we see a vaccinated patient.
Behind 6 quiet ICU curtains, privacy laws mercifully protect from view the people who lay here in crisis, the people who stay here in crisis for days, weeks.
These patients do not improve overnight. They do not improve over days. It's weeks and weeks and weeks at a time.
If they make it out,
it's not as frequent as we would like.
They'll stay weeks more, months more in step-down facilities, living a new, harder life.
And if they do survive, they have a very long road ahead of them. Their bodies are very deconditioned because they've been in bed for weeks, if not months. They're getting fed through a tube in their stomach. They're breathing through a hole in their throat.
Monroe Hospital has 55 inpatient birth and ICU beds. Until recently, they avoided the surge larger hospitals experienced because they could send their patients to those larger hospitals. Now, those calls are coming the other way.
We're probably fielding 6 to 10 calls every day from other hospitals wanting to transfer into us.
A transfer they most often can't accept because, like everyone else, they're full. Starting in the 18-bed emergency room where overflow patients are kept while they wait.
We can take 4 ambulances at a time. Have seen that a few times recently.
It's midday here in the emergency department. Right now, there's 2 patients waiting on hospital beds upstairs.
Anywhere from 36 to 48 hours to get it. Yeah, we bring down a hospital bed out of the penthouse and we get them as comfortable as we can.
If it's ICU care, not inpatient, that's needed,
we would anticipate having to hold them until a bed opens up in ICU, and that can be days.
In times like that, hospital president Jane Curran-Malley says they're getting creative.
We've actually worked with our hospitals to do almost a 3-way trade.
Sometimes it may take 20 or 30 calls to get a patient to where they need to, depending on what's going on with them.
It's COVID cases driving the surge.
We're seeing more patients than we've ever seen during the pandemic related to COVID. And the community doesn't realize that.
Nearly half of their inpatient beds are dedicated to COVID patients. So what happens for other cases? Cancer, a car accident, the flu. Janelle Yagi works in the ICU and manages beds in departments across the hospital on weekends, especially when several come at once needing high-level care when the ICU is already at capacity. The juggling is a constant strain.
I've spent hours down in the ER trying to help manage ICU patients in the ER. Shuffling patients around to try to figure out who's the least sick that we could put this other patient, maybe occupy their room.
The birthing center may have to take some. Surgery staff may have to come to the ICU. Nurses have to make do in situations or departments they're not fully trained for. And the people themselves are coming in sicker.
I've seen patients who normally we would have caught a lung cancer very early come in at the final stages of lung cancer for the first time.
I ask, are they dying because of that delay?
Yes, because they kept thinking, oh, I shouldn't go in, this is just a cough, I'm fine.
There isn't a clear light at the end of the tunnel. As upstairs in the ICU, COVID patients battle for breath, a reality that the medical world is begging the outside to reckon with.
Prior to going on a ventilator, There's several of them that will just say, I wish I would have gotten my shot. I wish I would have gotten vaccinated.
For News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
If you'd like to read more on Naomi's story, visit our website, channel3000.com, and join her this Sunday at 10 for another special report on the second problem, the staffing shortage.
Hospitals say there's no room for Omicron patients after a surge in COVID cases across the U.S. The CDC expects cases to rise to over 1 million during Christmas week. They say the highly infectious Omicron strain is spreading the fastest in New Jersey and New York, forcing the cancellations of several Broadway shows. Dr. Anthony Fauci and other health leaders are now calling for a universal coronavirus vaccine.
Things will get worse as we go into the depth of the winter. And with Omicron breathing down our back, things could get really bad, particularly for the unvaccinated.
Health officials also say Omicron has become the dominant strain in Orlando, Florida.
New at 5, CDC advisors are changing their COVID vaccine recommendations. The panel voted unanimously to make clear that the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines are preferred over the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for people 18 and older. The decision comes as new data indicates that a rare blood clotting syndrome is more common in people who received J&J than previously believed. At least 9 people in the U.S. have died from the syndrome.
Yesterday's warm weather didn't last long enough. We're back to a rather chilly December.
Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is on the weather patio. Dana?
It is a lot cooler outside right now. Still a little breezy, but thankfully a very different picture from what we were looking at 24 hours ago. Temperature-wise, 32 degrees in Madison right now. Most of southern Wisconsin sitting close to that freezing mark. Compared to this time yesterday, that is a 33-degree drop for us in Madison throughout really the northern Midwest. A significant cool down in the last 24 hours. Our Doppler track looks very different from what we were watching yesterday. A calm scene expected for us tonight. As we look off to the west at all the storm reports coming through from yesterday events, you can see several reports of wind damage, high wind gusts, strong wind gusts, and confirmed tornadoes on the ground. We will take a closer look at some of those reports coming up later. But as we move forward, know that this wind will continue to back off just a little bit. We don't have any more high wind advisories in effect or warnings in effect right now. Still a bit breezy outside, but again, calming down as we look ahead to your Friday. Temperatures a little chilly for the weekend, but very seasonable for the weekend and heading into next week. Christmas week right around the corner, and right now it looks overall mostly quiet and dry, but we'll take a closer look at what's ahead with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana. Yeah, we need those winds to back off. At the peak of last night's storms, at least 1,800 people lost power in the city of Madison alone.
The high winds also downed several trees and power lines. Some of these pictures were from communities nearby Madison, like Oregon, but it was the same around much of Dane County. Madison Street Superintendent said his crews battled winds sometimes pushing 60 miles per hour while handling chainsaws and then rapidly falling temperatures. Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway said this morning there is a clear culprit for our strange and scary December weather.
While it's important for us to react in the moment to keep people safe, it's also important for us to take a look at the bigger picture and make sure that we're doing everything we can to reduce the emissions that cause climate change and impact our weather patterns like this.
The mayor also thanked crews and workers for their quick response. No injuries were reported in last night's storms. Late night winds caused considerable damage in western Wisconsin. A tornado was confirmed in Stanley. Dozens of crews were on scene cleaning up debris early this morning. No injuries were reported, but several buildings and power lines were damaged.
Alliant Energy asking customers to be patient while they restore power to dozens of homes in the area. The company says at least 80,000 customers lost power last night. Crews have restored power to at least half of the impacted customers. Alliant officials say they hope to have everyone's power restored by tomorrow night.
One of the issues with this storm is it was so widespread. You know, it was across our service territory. Our crews are spread throughout that area in every community. So there's a lot of work to do, and they're doing their best to get that job done safe.
And for more information on restoration times, look for this story on our website at channel3000.com. Record-breaking extreme weather continues to rock the U.S. Hundreds of thousands of people lost power during yesterday's severe winter storms.
All this after last week's deadly tornado outbreak. Emily Schmidt explains.
Intense storms toppling trucks and trees, buildings and barns. Damage from dangerous winter weather was reported all the way from Colorado to Michigan.
I've been doing this 30 years, and we're seeing things today in the CNN Weather Center we have never seen before.
Record high temperatures in some parts of the U.S. fueled storms that sent Iowans scrambling for safety. For the first time, Minnesotans experienced a tornado in December. More than 500,000 lost power in the central U.S., while nearly 80 million people were under some sort of weather alert on Wednesday. In Denver, flights delayed. Santa Fe's regional airport damaged.
This is the first time that since I've been here that we've had this kind of extensive damage, especially to aircraft.
All this damage following Friday's 8-state tornado outbreak.
When you see this on television, it's not the same as physically being here and looking at the path of destruction that this tornado has made.
The National Weather Service upgraded one of last weekend's tornadoes to EF4 with peak winds of 190 miles per hour. Now more help is needed in more places as they deal with the mess that's left behind when weather records break. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
And now at 5, a chance for Wisconsin residents to help people in Kentucky who are suffering from storm damage. For the past week, we've shown you the devastation left behind in Kentucky and its surrounding states. The governor there said today he expects it will take months, if not years, to fully recover. Our own Chris Reese lived in Western Kentucky for a good portion of his life, and he worked with the Red Cross this week to organize a virtual fundraiser that we are very proud to be a part of. That virtual telethon will take place tomorrow right here on News 3 Now. All day we'll be talking to Red Cross volunteers about their efforts on the ground in Kentucky, what they're seeing, what they need, and how we can help here in Wisconsin. We hope you'll join us and donate to help send hope to those southern states.
5 children have died. 4 others are in critical condition after falling from a bouncy castle this morning that blew high into the sky. Now, this was in Australia. Students had been jumping on a bouncy castle when police say a gust of wind lifted it over 30 feet into the air. Witnesses say it was a sunny day. Wind wasn't that strong, but this gust came out of nowhere and ripped the jumping cable from the pegs holding it to the ground.
On a day when these children were meant to be celebrating their last day of primary school, instead, we're all mourning their loss.
Now, police called it a distressing scene that brought some officers to tears. Australia's Prime Minister said it was a horrific freak accident made even more painful so close to the Christmas holiday.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice is now investigating an officer-involved shooting in Beloit. It happened just before 8 near Prairie Avenue and Copeland Avenue last night. Police were investigating a crash when a man walked up to a sergeant and attempted to take their firearm. The sergeant told investigators they fired the gun at the man, hitting him. The man was taken to the hospital, but his condition is unknown. The officer was not injured during the incident and has been placed on administrative assignment. We're learning new information about the woman who died in a duplex fire in Baraboo earlier this week. The woman has been identified as 79-year-old Carolyn Hanley. The fire started in a home on the corner of 4th and Barker Streets just after 10:30 Sunday night. 2 other people and a cat were rescued, but Hanley and a dog died in the fire. The cause is still unknown.
U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Tom Vilsack was in Wisconsin today. He visited Hinchley's dairy farm in Cambridge, where he spoke about the Biden administration's support and investments in Wisconsin rural communities. Today, Secretary Vilsack also announced new investments in rural infrastructure projects and spoke with communities about the Build Back Better plan and how it will expand clean drinking water across the country. Republican National Committee commenting on that visit, spokesperson Rachel Reisner released a statement saying, quote, as the Biden administration fails to provide relief for farmers experiencing record high inflation on heat, feed, and fertilizer, Tom Vilsack's visit to tout Joe Biden's costly policies will fail to win over rural Wisconsin families.
Coming up next at 5, the Badger volleyball team is inching closer to a championship title.
Jordan Reed joins us after the break live from Columbus, where the team will take on Louisville tonight. And later, we'll meet a 96-year-old World War II veteran who shares his story of courage and family. The details tonight. Join us for News 3 Now at 6.
This
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And when we first released Plexiderm, our mission was to help people reduce the appearance of their wrinkles and under eye bags in minutes with a simple serum. After 2 years of reading thousands of reviews, I realized Plexiderm changes people on the inside. It improves their lives dramatically.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. I think it just exuded this confidence. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. Still using it.
The Plexiderm effect is more than shrinking under eye bags from view. It's more than getting rid of the appearance of crow's feet. It's more than saying goodbye to the look of those 11 lines between your eyes. The real effect of Plexiderm is self-confidence. It's celebrating this holiday season with friends and family, knowing that you look and feel your best. So join us in 2021 and take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and look in the mirror and say, wow, I feel great.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside.
Take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge and see real results, guaranteed. Try it for only $14.95 this holiday season at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $100.
You are recognized and appreciated by all Americans.
The remarkable life of a Wisconsin soldier and father.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, we'll introduce you to a local World War II veteran as he looks back over a lifetime marked by memories serving his country and family.
Tornadoes cut a deadly path through 4 southern states, and now thousands are faced with the daunting task of rebuilding. Please join me to help them. This Friday, donate to News 3 Now's Tornado Relief Telethon and send hope to a place that's near and dear to my heart.
Tonight is the big night. The Badger volleyball team facing off against Louisville and Columbus, Ohio Nationwide Arena for a spot in the championship game.
Very exciting. Dozens of fans made the trip to Columbus to cheer on the Badgers, and that is where our Jordan Reed joins us now live from the stadium. Hi, Jordan. Have you seen some Badger fans there yet?
Hi, yes, absolutely. I mean, there's a sea of red here between Nebraska, Wisconsin, you got Louisville, so it kind of can be deceiving. But we have seen a lot of Badger fans, especially in line right now, getting their t-shirts and their gear before that first match begins. And while a lot of fans, drove here, flew here from, Wisconsin or from all over to support the Badgers, we actually found some fans from Ohio right here who are supporting the Badgers. I'm joined now by Karen and her daughters, Reagan and Rachel. So Karen, can you just give me a little bit, you were talking to me about how you're from Ohio, but you guys are cheering on for the Badgers.
Yeah, I married a Wisconsin man, so right from the start, we have always been a Packer, Badger, Brewer family in our house all the way.
So how excited are you to be here and to see the Badgers playing, on the stage once again?
I'm so excited. These girls with the 5th-year seniors, I cannot wait to see them. This is their year. This is their year. We really want to see it happen.
And then obviously you guys are huge volleyball fans. You guys are big Badger fans. So what does it mean to you to be able to be here to finally, see them play on the stage as well?
It's amazing. I've always looked up to all the players on the team, so to see them in person, it's awesome.
Yeah, what about you, Rachel?
They're all incredible volleyball players. I'm so glad I get to see them in person.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Stay in line. You guys get your gear. So thank you so much for chatting. Thank you for chatting with me. So yeah, we're going to be following this just, tonight's matches, all, for the rest of the night. So stay with News 3 Now as we're going to have post-game reaction following up, and that first serve is coming up in just a little bit.
I love the Badger hats. Got the
Badger fans are everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Especially if they're playing for a title.
Big
Jordan
night.
Reed live in Columbus. Jordan, thank you. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast now. Here's Dana.
Overall, a pretty active weather day yesterday. Thankfully, things moving in a different direction for us now as we look ahead through the rest of the 10-day. Several records broken for us yesterday. The daily high temperature record, the monthly high temperature record for December in Madison set at 68 degrees. The warmest December temperature in all of Wisconsin set in Boscobel at 72 degrees yesterday afternoon. We had the most severe weather reports in December since 2000 and the most reported 75+ mile-per-hour wind gusts and any 24-hour period. That's countrywide that coming through yesterday into early this morning in that 24-hour period. There is a bit of an asterisk on that stat since that stat has only been recorded since the early 2000s, but still a 20-year stretch there where we've had such an active stretch of so many strong wind gust reports. Warnings over the last 24 hours. We had 118 severe thunderstorm warnings issued stretching from Kansas, Nebraska, all the way up into Wisconsin. 71 tornado warnings. You can see the line there. Some of these tornadoes on the ground or some of those cells spiraling are picking out a few different tornadoes as they did move northeast. In Wisconsin, we had that tornado watch issued yesterday. That was the first time a tornado watch had been issued in Wisconsin in the month of December. Some of our quick wind reports coming through. Some significant wind gusts measured yesterday in Wisconsin. Dodgeville at about 56 miles per hour just after 10 p.m. and Viroqua 62 miles per hour for those wind gusts getting picked up yesterday. And now we're transitioning back to a little more seasonable weather really for this time of year. Temperatures in the mid to low 30s right now for most of southern Wisconsin. A little cooler northwest of the Dells where we're in the 20s. Wind speeds still in the teens, still a bit breezy outside, but certainly much better than where we were at this time yesterday. Mid to upper teens for most of the area coming in from the west northwest. Now as we look ahead to our overnight hours, it's going to be a little cooler outside to start off Friday, dropping down to the low 20s for Friday afternoon. Plan on high temperatures near freezing, with the possibility, a slight chance to see a flurry or two Friday night heading into Saturday. So you might have a few snowflakes swirling around early Saturday morning. It looks like most of the area will stay dry, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did see, again, some flurries early in the day Saturday. Temperatures Saturday afternoon near 30. Really a seasonable stretch as we look ahead through most of the 10-day. Windy outside tomorrow, still a bit cooler, but we are expecting, again, the sunshine for us. As we look ahead to the weekend, temperatures trending near 30 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Monday, a brief little jump up in our temps, closer to 40, but we trend back near average in the low 30s for afternoon highs and overnight lows staying pretty close to 20 degrees all the way through the holiday week. Now by Friday for Christmas Eve and heading into Saturday, right now it does look like we could see a few snowflakes flurrying around. Not a major system bringing measurable snow right now, but something we're going to be monitoring to possibly see a little bit for us heading into Christmas. As far as traffic goes right now, a few delays east and westbound along the Beltline, but nothing abnormal for this time in the evening. 3990 in Rock County and in Dane County, north and southbound right now actually looks fairly smooth for us. For Janesville, or the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie, 19 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. And next at 5, it's your last chance to visit Madison's night market. We'll share all it has to offer after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this holiday season, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
It's an event that celebrates Madison's unique and inspiring creative culture.
Tonight is the last night for the community to enjoy the city's night market. The market runs until 8 o'clock tonight. You can check out live music from local artists, including the Wisconsin Dickens Carolers. They'll perform in Peace Park at 7 o'clock. The market gives area residents the perfect chance to finish some last-minute holiday shopping.
It's 10 days before the holidays. We want you to come shop. We want you to come spend time down here. And so what we have for you tonight, we've got 30 vendors who are going to brave the cold. They're going to set tents up and down the street with arts and crafts, handmade things by those people. They'll be right there selling them to you. And then about 50 of our businesses are staying open late.
Photo stations will also be set up throughout State Street to give attendees a perfect backdrop to commemorate their trip to the market.
And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Tackle tough jobs with Bosch power tools and accessories from Menards. From the workshop to the job site, Bosch packs the performance and features you need to get the job done right. That's why Bosch is the choice of pros. Choose from our great selection of over 500 in-stock Bosch tools, bits, blades, and accessories. This drill and impact driver kit is $99. Plus, give the perfect gift with the Menards gift card.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Now at Century House.
Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Hey guys.
Hey Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Tossed, buffalo, sauced, hot honey, flipped, boneless, dipped, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $5 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Here's what we're working on tonight, a CBS News exclusive with the head of the EPA, the plan to get rid of the 10 million lead pipes carrying water to America's children. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
It does feel a little more like December outside. A few opportunities to possibly see some flurries as we look ahead to the next few days. Temperatures trending close to freezing through the weekend. Monday, a bit of a warm up near 40 for afternoon highs, and then we're back in the mid to low 30s all the way through the rest of next week, heading into Christmas right around the corner for the following weekend.
Dana, thank you. CBS Evening News is next, and we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.